We're working here on the offside top hose bed. We're currently building a supply line in here. It's just a standard 38 that's flaked. You can see we've protruded the halfway mark of the first hose that we've flaked in here. That's an important part of the hose. The second hose is ready to be flaked in, so we're simply going to connect the two couplings together. But these couplings will sit at the front of the hose bed, and that makes it easy to be able to uncouple if you don't need both lengths. So we'll go ahead and flake this second length of hose in. Halfway mark again has been protruded forward. Okay, so we've built our supply line. This is the first part of this hose bed. The supply line is what supplies the water to our Cleveland load. It can also be turned back into a working length simply by putting a branch on the end of the coupling here and stretching it forward. A couple of important parts of the couplings. Centre couplings are at the forward or at the front of the hose bed to be able to be quickly uncoupled, and both of the centres of the hoses are protruded forward again. They're important parts of the hose. So we'll go ahead and we'll make a Cleveland load, show you how to make a Cleveland load, and that then sits on top of this supply hose. Okay, so we're going to work on building a Cleveland load now. If you have a look in the recommended practices, the Cleveland load appears for the attack pack. To start off with, we've got a mark on the ground here, about 1800 mils, 1.8 metres to 2 metres, and Max is going to simply roll the hose around in that area. You'll notice that on this hose in particular, we've actually removed the straps. That again eliminates any need for worrying about which end the straps are on, etc., and very rarely used in this technique. So yeah, let's roll him up, Max. So just a matter of starting and then continuing to roll around and around on top of itself. And again, this is a very effective hose load for being charged in a small or a bit of a confined space, such as stairwell landings. At motor vehicle accidents it's fantastic, or at residential fires where there's a small courtyard in the front and you can't stretch out a full 15-30 metres. So it's simply a matter of rolling the hose around and around on itself, continuing until you get to about a metre or a metre and a half from the end. When you get about a metre from the end, we want to take which will be the supply end of the hose, back onto itself again. So that last sort of metre or metre and a half will come back onto itself like that. And then what we'll do is we'll dress the hose up, put it into a bit of a horseshoe shape so that it fits nicely on the hose bed, and go from there. So what we'll do is we'll put it on a bench now so you can see, and then we'll dress it up properly and you'll see the end result. So this is the Cleveland load. We've formed it into a horseshoe shape so that it fits in the hose bed better. This coupling on the outside is our supply coupling, so that's the one that's going to be connected to our 38mm underneath this hose lay on the hose bed. The coupling in the middle of the hose is going to be our working end. That's what the branch is going to be attached to. So we've simply formed it up. We'll put some straps on it to hold it in place. And these can be quickly and easily undone, with firefighting gloves and when the hose is in place and needs to be getting to work. So what we'll do now is we'll put it in the hose bed. Got our supply line that sits underneath this. We'll attach our branch to the working end and make it all fit. Okay, we're going to put the Cleveland load on top of our supply line now. in the offside top pocket. We'll attach the branch to the attacking end, which is in the coupling that's in the middle of the loops. The coupling that's on the outside of the loops is the supply end of this hose. So just make the branch fit in there nice and neat. It's easy to be pulled out when required, and that's the offside top pocket.